Welcome to your favorite travel show, Tourismus. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura. Getting into what you can expect in today's broadcast, we'll be taking a look at the latest trends and topics in the tourism industry. And of course, we'll give you the much needed destinations that you should travel to. And of course, we'll wrap up the show with our To The Point segment, taking a look at what's happening in the green hydrogen sector. Stick around for this.
Entries are now open for the second round of Republicane's Bridal Couple of the Year competition. Couples married between 1 June and 31 August have until 30 September of this year to enter the second round of the competition. Another one of the top 10 couples will be chosen from this pool to participate in the final, taking place in May 2025. To better your chance of reaching the final, enter now. To enter, simply WhatsApp #Bridal 2025 to 085 785 6231 and follow the on-screen instructions or scan this QR code.
Getting into our topics, a total of 262 of the 723 wild animals identified to contribute game meat for drought relief efforts have already been culled, delivering more than 56,000 kilograms of meat. The more than 700 to be culled comprise of 300 zebras, 100 eland, 100 blue wildebeest, 83 elephants, 60 buffaloes, 50 impalas, and 30 hippos. This was confirmed by spokesperson of the Environment Ministry, Romeo Muyunda, who said that the ministry, with cabinet approval, is contributing game meat to support the drought relief program by the government. The animals are being sourced from Namib Nokloof Park, Mangeti National Park, Bambwata National Park, Mudumu National Park, and Nkaza Rupara National Park. Getting into our next topic, it was a win for conservation this past weekend when an interdict granted by the High Court halted Timotheus Mashuna from carrying out any mining activities on his mining claims in the Oix district and the construction of a new road. This followed an urgent application made by the Ultimate Safaris Soris Conservancy, Dora Nawas Conservancy, and Ibazen Tweefontein Conservancy after it was discovered that Mashangu was constructing a road to his mining claims equivalent to the size and scale of a district road, causing environmental damage in the process. Mashuna, who is the Deputy Director of Policy Research and Registration Services at the Defense Ministry, was named as the first respondent in the urgent application. The area where his mining claims for base and rare metals, industrial minerals, precious stones, and semi-precious stones have been registered as a joint management area between the three conservancies, while separate joint agreements are in place with Ultimate Safaris and the conservancies. Now, according to the court order issued on last Saturday, Mashuna or any person employed or acting under his direction may not use heavy machinery, including graders, excavators, and triple trucks to construct a new road from the D2612 in a westerly direction to the site of the mining claims. In our next topic, the Mvula Rhino sculpture, an exquisite piece of art carved by Namibian artist Alpheus Mvula, will be a central feature at the upcoming 50th anniversary gala and auction of the Namibia Professional Hunting Association, NAPA. This special event, set to take place during NAPA's annual general meeting AGM in December, will celebrate 5 decades of conservation hunting while providing a unique opportunity for members and attendees to support vital conservation efforts. In 2017, the Hunters Support Against Poaching project, facilitated by NAPA, brought together 2 talented sculptors, Gia from France and Alpheus Mvula from Namibia, to create rhino sculptures from marble. These artists, each with their own distinct style and technique, transformed their marble blocks into powerful symbols of wildlife conservation. While Pelini used modern power tools, Mvula relied on traditional hand tools, infusing his work with a sense of heritage and a deep connection to the Namibian landscape. The Mvula Rhino originally stood at the College of the Arts, but due to space constraints, it was relocated to the front of the F&B building on Independence Avenue in Windhoek. The proceeds from the auction will be used to support Mvula's educational programs for aspiring artists and NAPA's School of Conservation. This institution is dedicated to training Namibian hunters in sustainable, responsible, and ethical wildlife management, ensuring that conservation principles are upheld for future generations. This sounds like several steps in the right direction, and it's also very beautiful to see that local talent are used to uphold responsible and ethical wildlife management. Now up next, we'll be taking a look at our destinations.
Irang Med is a leading distributor working in partnership with NewMed and WestMed to meet the comprehensive needs of the Namibian healthcare sector. As a partner pursuing sustainable global healthcare, we offer industry-leading medical solutions through our key focus areas, which include pharmaceuticals, orthopedics, ophthalmology, surgical devices and capital equipment, as well as a well-established scientific laboratory division. In healthcare, Irang Med is committed to making a difference. What about you?
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Starting us off in our destination is Obelix Guesthouse in Luderitz, which offers 16 comfortable rooms, a cozy Lapa restaurant and a bar, safe parking and Wi-Fi. Their hospitality is their main strength. Enjoy it with them. Let's take a look.
Obelix Guesthouse is a bed and breakfast situated in Luderitz in the Karas region. At Obelix Guesthouse, we understand that guests are away from home and away from their families. We always strive to provide a homey atmosphere, and we strive to give all our guests the best service that we can. Obelix Guesthouse consists of 16 guest rooms, each room with its own ensuite bathroom. At Obelix, we have 5 family rooms as well, which is large enough to fit families from 4 people up to 6 people. We also have a wheelchair-friendly room at Obelix. We provide free Wi-Fi, and we provide a great experience and a very homey and cozy atmosphere. At Obelix Guesthouse, we have a restaurant facility, which can also be utilized as a conference facility for smaller groups. Together with that, we have a bar facility and a barbecue facility, which guests are welcome to use. We do lunch and dinner on a booking basis, on pre-bookings. Why Luderitz? Luderitz is a small coastal town with beautiful heritage architecture. It is also a town with a very rich history, a variety of cultures, and a great variety of attractions to visit. But this is not the best part of Luderitz. Luderitz is a very close community that looks out for one another, that helps each other, and most importantly, the Luderitz Buchters live to see each one succeed with what they do. The community creates an atmosphere of closeness and an atmosphere of family. Everybody supports each other in Luderitz. A very significant part of Luderitz is that the people don't classify themselves in different culture groups. People classify themselves as Buchters in the way that everybody treats the next person the same as they would like to be treated. Everybody treats each other with respect and with dignity.
Now, the nice thing about this guest house, they will also plan a 6-day itinerary for you where you can visit places like the Colemanskop Ghost Town. You can go to the museum, do the catamaran tours, the 4x4 quad bikes, the peninsula tours, visit the old Elizabeth Bay mine, and you can complete the trip by spending some time with the Namib wild horses. Now, the next up in our destinations is something that's quite it's stirring up a buzz in the capital city, and that's Djamila's Kitchen. Djamila's Kitchen is a popular local restaurant renowned for its vibrant and favorable cuisines. Let's take a look.
I go by the name of Magdalena Cornelius, a 23-year-old born in Luderitz but grew up in Windhoek. I started working at Djamila's Kitchen as of from last year around March when we're still working from home. And I've been with her ever since then. First started off as a waitress and then as a supervisor in September and then a manager in January up until today. Welcome to Djamila's Kitchen. I would say Djamila loved cooking as from a very young age. She would always cook and create content, post on her feed, such as on Instagram, on WhatsApp. That's where family and friends saw her food and would always ask her to prepare meals for her. I think that's where it all started. Later on, one of her clients made a proposal to her, and here we are today. You that don't know who Djamila is the owner of this wonderful establishment. I would say what makes Djamila's Kitchen stand out from other establishments in the area would be our unique menu. We offer a distinctive menu with international dishes. We make use of high quality products and our food is always freshly prepared on the same day. We also ensure that we have a relationship with our clients and always make sure that we have a warm and welcoming atmosphere that we base next to a guest house, which makes it more easier for us to have access to outside clients or clients from other countries. So I would say per day we at least have 3 to 5 clients from outside of the country. So our peak hours would be as of from 1 to around 5 during the weekdays. But the day that's the most busiest, I would say, is Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but most especially on Saturdays. That is when we have a full house. We do experience quite a few challenges if we happen to have a full house. Sometimes there's no sitting space, that's how full it gets, but we always make sure to accommodate each and every client. Some of the challenges I would say is maybe a shortage of staff because then service tends to be slow, but we make sure that we always attend to each and every client with the same attention and the same effort. Okay, I'll start with our Angolan kapana, which is known as pinchu. Pinchu is grilled pork meat with aromatic onions that is served with kikwanga. We also have franquite, which is similar to our pinchu, which is grilled chicken that is served with French fries. We also have our seafood boil, American seafood boil, which is our top seller at the moment. We also have our new services that we're introducing, which is rodizio. Rodizio offers a variety of 14 different types of meat. It is accompanied by 3 sides. That is for the price of $350. And you guys, if you guys are two, it is $600.
From the friends that have gone there, they have told me they have a quite mouth-watering seafood boil. So do make your way down there. On the other side of the break, we take a look at To the Point.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit every traveler's taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
The Agenda is a weekly national affairs interview program hosted every Sunday by Namibian Sun editor Toivon Djamila, featuring a panel of high-profile newsmakers, analysts, and experts. The Agenda aims to reach high-end news consumers seeking informed understanding of national issues. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and the Namibia Media Holdings Facebook platform. The Agenda focuses on interviews where we put the nation in the hot seat. Contact Agenda at synergy.com.na to get your product and service in the hot seat. The Agenda, focused on today's conversation.
Getting into the point segment, watch as Namibia Green Hydrogen Commissioner James Newper tells us more about the country's progress with the implementation of 8 hydrogen projects.
That we need to raise. And then I've asked Joseph and Eileen to say something briefly on skills development. This is something that Joseph is working hard with sort of the broader skills development ecosystem. And then Eileen to mention something small on environmental and social issues. So Eileen would also be really sort of in charge of getting our SMEs going so that we can get our local content policy and our local content ecosystem going, so we can capture as much of the economic value of the prospect of these industries as possible. So between the two of them, they'll add some context as well. So from my side, I think hopefully by now we're fairly familiar with the fact that we have about 8 projects being developed in Namibia in different stages of development. So whether that is a project such as Drought, for example, who are at the moment It's pretty much near completion of their project. They're hoping to be able to sort of close the project by the end of the year. As you all know, they're looking to try and produce ammonium sulfate, a potential fertilizer using green hydrogen and green ammonia. But you also have the Clean Energy project, which by now is 80 to 90% complete. They received most of their funding from SASCAL. The electrolyzer equipment started arriving over the past couple of weeks, and they're installing that. And so the idea is we hope that by the end of the year, they can start actually producing locally manufactured hydrogen. Then you have a project like High Iron. By now, I think you're hopefully familiar with them as well. They're also in the Irongo region, specifically Oshivela is sort of the name of the area they're in. They are looking to produce direct reduced iron. If you're following some of their videos online, they've started installing 3 to 4 megawatts of solar panels. They've laid over 200 kilometers of copper wire. Their furnace, so sort of, which is a kiln, it's a horizontal kiln, not a vertical one, has been now dispatched from Germany. It's being shipped here. It should be arriving here on the 10th of September. If the seas and the logistics are sort of kind to us. Obviously, that's sort of the first of its kind in the world. So that's a project we're very keen to receive. And they would be hoping to actually get into production by the end of the year. So if you just listen to those 3 projects, I think the exciting thing for us is we've gone from theory and concept in 2021 to maybe 3 products that we may be able to produce by the end of the year. It's our first batch of direct reduced iron, some actual hydrogen, and maybe some ammonium sulfate. Each of these projects, of course, has their own challenges, delays, policy interventions at a SACU level that makes it, less competitive. But the good news is the ecosystem is buzzing and humming, and our job is to try and help these projects deliver, I think, on some of their policy ambitions. A couple of other projects are under development, whether that's Zero, you'll be hearing more about them, and their project, which they're calling Chiffon. They should be presenting at the summit, so I'll talk a little bit about the summit. Ilov Hansen is under development, and of course Hyphen.
And that concludes the show. Thank you for tuning in and spending this beautiful, beautiful morning with me and Tourismus. From me, Glenn Rashipura. Until next time.